Hello everyone, my name is Nova Fitriany, but you can call me Nova. I am from Madiun, East Java. I am a first-year student in class 2025 of Law Study Program at State University of Yogyakarta or UNY. Before I begin my presentation, I would like to share why I believe that learning English is truly important for law students. In today's world, law is no longer limited by national borders. Legal professionals are increasingly required to read international treaties, understand foreign court decisions, and communicate with clients or colleagues from different countries. English, as the dominant language of international law, opens doors that would otherwise remain closed. Whether it is reading the United Nations Convention, studying comparative legal systems, or attending an international legal forum, English is the key. For me personally, I aim to become a legal drafter in the future. This career demands strong language skills, precision, clarity, and the ability to understand complex legal texts. Mastering English will allow me to produce documents that meet not only national but also international legal standards. With that in mind, today I would like to present a legal news analysis. I hope this presentation will demonstrate both my understanding of legal issues and my ability to communicate in English. The news article I have chosen for today's presentation is from Kompas.com, one of Indonesia's most credible and widely read online news platforms. The article is titled Chronology of a Student Killed in an Alleged Klitih Attack in Yogyakarta, Chased from Magelang Street. I chose this article because the incident occurred right here in Yogyakarta, the city where I live and study. This case is not only deeply alarming from a public safety perspective, but it also raises important legal questions about juvenile crime, criminal liability, and the effectiveness of law enforcement. As a law student, I feel it is my responsibility to understand and analyze events like this. To help you understand this case more clearly, I will break it down using 5W plus 1H framework. The first is who was involved. The victim was a 17-year-old male student with the initials AA, a resident of Nampilan, Yogyakarta City. The perpetrators were members of a student gang known as Foster. 3 suspects with the initials LA, AF, and MY were arrested on the night of Tuesday, May 19, 2026. According to the Yogyakarta City Police Chief, Commissioner Eva Gunapandia, at least 3 other suspects were still being pursued at the time of reporting. The second is what happened. The victim AA was chased and fatally stabbed by members of the Foster gang using a sharp weapon. He suffered a deep stab wound to the chest and could not be saved despite being rushed to the Pantirapi hospital. He was later transferred to Bayangkara Hospital for an autopsy. This type of crime is locally known as Klitih, a form of random street violence typically carried out by teenage gang members in Yogyakarta. Third is when did it happen? The incident took place in the early hours of Sunday, May 17, 2026 at approximately 3:30 in the morning. Next is where did it happen? The fatal attack occurred on Yosudarso Street, Kota Baru in the Gondokusuman sub-district of Yogyakarta City, specifically in front of the southern gate of State Senior High School for Yogyakarta near Kridosono Stadium. The next is why did it happen? Based on police investigation, the victim AA was a member of a rival gang called Trah Gendek. The attack appears to have been motivated by gang rivalry. The Foster gang members had reportedly been waiting at the location to ambush the victim. The deeper sociological causes include a lack of parental supervision, peer group influence, and insufficient positive youth activities, factors that continue to fuel the cycle of Klitih violence in Yogyakarta. The last one is how did it happen? The pursuit began on Magelang Street when AA and his friend were riding a motorcycle together. They were chased by the Foster gang members, also on motorcycles. The victim and his friend tried to escape, passing through Pingit intersection, Samsat intersection, Margo Utomo Street, and the Kridosono area. The chase ended in front of State Senior High School for Yogyakarta, where AA was forced to dismount and immediately attacked with a sharp weapon. His friend then tried to take him to the hospital, but AA collapsed on Ida Dewa Nyoman Oka Street, Kota Baru. He was assisted by residents and transported by an ambulance from a nearby church. In the next part, I will explain to you about the legal analysis. The first one is type of law involved. This case primarily involves criminal law. More specifically, it falls under the category of serious physical assault resulting in death, as regulated in Indonesian Penal Code. Because the perpetrators are juveniles, students under the age of 18, this case also touches upon the juvenile criminal justice system law. The second one is the main problem. The central issue in this case is the fatal gang violence committed by minors against another minor. The case highlights the recurring problem of Klitih, a dangerous form of street crime in Yogyakarta that continues to claim young lives. Beyond the criminal act itself, the case reveals deeper systemic problems: the failure to prevent juvenile gang formation, inadequate monitoring of minors' activities at night, and the challenge law enforcement faces when suspects flee across regional borders. And number 3 is related laws and regulations. Several Indonesian laws are relevant to this case. Number 1 is Article 354 and 355 of the Indonesian Penal Code or KUHP, which concerns serious physical assault causing death. Number 2 is Law Number 11 of 2012 on the Juvenile Criminal Justice System or SPPA, which governs the legal handling of criminal cases involving individuals under the age of 18. And number 3 is Law Number 35 of 2014 on child protection, which protects the rights of children both as victims and as those in conflict with the law. And the fourth one, I will explain my opinion about this case. First, this is not a small offense. The perpetrators killed someone in a planned attack. Under Law Number 11 of 2012 on the Juvenile Criminal Justice System, diversion or restorative justice is not allowed for crimes with a sentence of more than 7 years, and this case clearly falls into that category. Second, I believe today's teenagers need to feel real consequence. Many young people involved in gang culture do not think that punishment is serious. Without real legal consequence, they will not truly realize what they have done wrong. However, I also believe that rehabilitation programs should still be given alongside punishment, so that one day these young offenders can return to society as better people. And the fifth one is the lessons that we can learn. First, every young person's life has value, and it can be taken away in an instant by a moment of violence driven by gang loyalty. The second is law must be firm and consistent. Leniency in serious cases sends wrong message to young people who are still testing the boundaries of right and wrong. Third, parents, schools, local communities must take greater responsibility in guiding and monitoring young people, especially at night. And finally, as future legal professionals, we must be prepared to uphold justice not only with empathy, but with the courage to apply the law firmly when the situation demands it. Okay, that's all my presentation. I hope this analysis has provided a clear picture of this case, both its factual details and its legal dimension. I believe that as law student, our role is not only to understand the law, but to use that understanding in service of justice and the protection of human dignity. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and bye-bye!